how to get clarity over your life, activating your third eye chakra or your pineal gland, which has everything to do with vision, and actually a vision that goes beyond what your current 5 basic senses can perceive. So it has much more to do with the 6th sense or your intuition. And why this is so important for you, if you want to get more clarity over your life and where you want to be heading. So let's talk about that. So if chakras are new to you, I've got a very much more into-depth video that actually goes about Reiki healing, because I'm officially a certified Reiki master, Reiki healer. So Reiki healers, Reiki masters, they work with your energy field. And within your energy field you have like 7 base chakras that represents a different area of your life. So in this particular video we talk about the 6th chakra or the third eye chakra, or so-called the pineal gland, which has everything to do with an internal vision. We're gaining clarity over your life and developing vision. And knowing, it also creates a deeper sense of knowing where to go next. Okay, so it's not really so much obsessed with what you currently believe is your reality. It goes way beyond that. Now for many of us, for many people, this energy center has mainly blocked. Why? It has much more to do with, of course, our diet. If you consume a lot of junk food, fast food and everything like that, processed food, too much meat, too much red meats, too much pork and everything like that, that of course will work against you eventually of opening up the third eye chakra. Another thing is that if you consume a lot of low vibrational information, from the news, the media, but also consuming too much entertainment, and let's be honest, most of our entertainment contains violence, right? So basically we in our entertainment we consume a lot of violence, and it's all like a bit of a lower vibrational frequencies that can actually block your own vision for yourself, and then you don't really know much to do anymore for yourself. So that's another thing. Another thing is, of course, most of us, we live in cities, right? Because that's where the jobs are at. That's basically our system of capitalism. Everything goes to the city, and most of us, we live in a city. And what's wrong with cities is that it's a man-made environment, and this man-made environment, as you can see, it is very structured. Everything is very linear. Everything you see, but like buildings, chuck, 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 like building street, chuck, 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 grey buildings. It's not really so much that inspires, let's say, creativity or can stimulate your intuition. If you go, let's say, out in nature more often, that's why I create these type of videos in nature, everything is much more random. And what we have lost touch with is wandering around in nature, right? Our ancestors, they didn't live in huge bigger cities, and they were much more reliant on the elements, and we're not really so much connected so much with these natural environments, so that's why practicing some sort of a mindfulness practice, having a mindfulness practice, go out in nature for long walks, for self-reflection, mindfulness, relaxation, getting clarity, these kind of things that can actually help you, to get more in touch with your intuitive self, your natural self, or your true self, what I would like to call it, or even perhaps your spiritual self, your intuitive self. And these things are, of course, very, very big for me as well. Another thing is meditation, and that's also what I would highly recommend on my other YouTube channel, which is, it's a brand new channel, because I like to separate these things, because people who might be interested in watching my videos about nature, self-reflection, mindfulness and stuff like that, they may not be interested in my guided meditation, vice versa. So if I would do everything at one channel, that perhaps could, you know, confuse the YouTube algorithms, let's say it in that way. So that's why one of my latest guided meditation, my guided meditation, I must be honest, are a bit up there, you know, a bit esoteric, a little bit galactic, as you could describe it as well. It can actually really help you to step way beyond your limited thinking of rationality, right? And how we actually perceive the material world. It gets you way beyond there. It's almost like an out-of-body kind of thing, like astral projection, or, you know, like quantum jumping, where you go through different states of reality. And during this meditation, you can actually really exercise your third eye chakra. You might say, okay, you know, all cool, but isn't that all just like an imagination? Now let's be honest, where's creation all coming from? If what we're creating in this world, it all starts with an idea, with an image in your head, right? And what you're currently lacking are having images in your head. Of course, we all have that, we all have these abilities. But you know, we tend to judge or criticize these images in our head, in our third eye minds. And that's why you struggle with, you know, having a clear direction of where to go next. So if you practice guided meditations, you can exercise your feeling of imaginations. And that's why you sometimes should surround yourself with people who are intuitive and imaginative, like people like myself. Are we better than anyone else? Absolutely not, because trust me, I can say it from my personal experience, and that's why I'm also going to create my next video. That's what my next video is going to be much more about. Is that people like myself, the highly intuitive, sensitive, imaginative, creative kind of individuals, who are indeed perhaps a little bit up there, a little bit airy-fairy, as you could say. We can create, let's say, these beautiful guided meditations and these visions and art and that sort of things. It doesn't mean we don't have any challenges in life. If you could relate to that, then of course you gotta subscribe to this channel, so you're going to receive my next video as well, which is going to be much deeper about this topic as well, because that will be a bit more like a vlog where I'm going to share where I'm currently at, and you know, what you could also learn from that. So a couple of things. Again, number one, diet. If you continue to consume fast food, junk foods, processed food, too much meat, that will lower your vibrational frequency, and you will be much less in touch with your intuitive self, because the third eye has everything to do with your intuitive self, just going within. Okay. Second thing, become very aware of the media that you're consuming. If you're watching too much the news about all the drama that's currently going on at our planet, yes, we must know it's there, okay, but if you consume too much, you go along with this fear-based matrix, this fear-based agenda, which lowers your vibrational frequency. But also entertainment. Too many movies, too many video games, too many binge watch on Netflix. Let's be honest, of course some of these movies can be a bit inspiring, but many of our entertainment contains a lot of violence. We consume a lot of violence, and that can also, you know, lower your vibrational frequency. If this is still new to you, vibrational frequencies and stuff like that, I got other videos about it, about raising your vibrational frequency and that sort of things. All the videos, but still they contain this information that can help you. Second thing is what can help you to get clarity on your, opening up your third eye, is doing energy healing, right? Is to work, let's say, with a Reiki healing, Reiki master who can help you with that. It's basically like a cleansing or a purification of your energy body, your light body. It will be, of course, total relaxation, and that can also give you more clarity in life. And that's why I have this much more into-depth video about what is Reiki and what it can do for you. You can follow a Reiki in someone's home, or Reiki healing can visit your home, but you can also do long distance Reiki healing as well. Another thing, nature. Long nature walks, and that's why I also have created, of course, these videos for you. perhaps forest bathing, nature therapy. It can really help you to relax, get in a state of almost like in a meditative mindfulness stage, become really centered, focus here at what's currently on in the present moments, and that can help you with your sense of self-reflection and standing above, let's call it your lower self, that's very much concerned with your needs for survival. Getting out of city environments, go out of nature. And then the last thing, meditation. Follow guided meditations that can, stimulate your imagination, because again, all creation starts with imagination, right? Having the images in your mind. Every law of attraction guru in the world talks about it. Bob Proctor, you name it, they all talk about it starts with the images you hold in your mind. So these are the tips that I just wanted to share with you. Now, of course, I'm very curious, what did you get out of that? If you still have any questions, please let me know, and feel free to drop a comment below. And of course, if you are a little bit like me, intuitive, imaginative, sensitive, and you already feel like, hey, I have these abilities, yet I struggle to get that perhaps into my reality, then make sure to subscribe so you can also wait for my next video to come, which is going to be much more into deep detail about what if you're a highly sensitive, introverted Pisces perhaps, right? That is dealing indeed with creating form about your inspirations. So hope that was helpful, and hopefully I see you in one of my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.